Are you ready to face a truth that deeply shakes the hearts of ARMY? Why did Taehyung, one of BTS members who has always been known as strong and calm, suddenly cry in public after hearing something Jungkook said? What exactly did the BTS magne say that turned the atmosphere so emotional and tense? Is this a sign of something bigger? Is this the end of the promised future of BTS together? The incident happened in an unexpected moment when the camera caught an unusual expression from Taehyung. His tears fell uncontrollably. Even ARMY, who watched the replay of the footage, were carried away by the sadness. But the more shocking part was not the tears themselves, but the reason behind them. And this is what has become the center of questions in Korea's entertainment world over the past few weeks. What exactly did Jungkook say that made Taehyung cry? According to exclusive sources interviewed by one of Korea's media outlets, the event was not just a common moment in their career journey. The confession made by Jungkook was conveyed in a closed-door setting, but was partially recorded by a documentary camera that was filming an internal Big Hit project. In the leaked snippet, Jungkook was seen bowing his head with a trembling voice, while Taehyung sat beside him, initially calm, then suddenly covered his face and cried silently. The statement was reportedly related to their past, more specifically, to a decision Jungkook made during difficult times in BTS. He admitted that he once hid his feelings and the pressure he endured so as not to burden Taehyung and the other members. Jungkook revealed that he had felt guilty for years for hiding many things, including his intention to leave the entertainment industry when BTS's popularity was at its peak. He didn't want to hurt anyone, but the feeling of losing his identity as a person and the pressure of the entertainment world made him almost give up. Those words hit Taehyung right in his fragile spot. Since debut, their relationship has been known as one of the deepest and most emotional among the members. Taehyung always considered Jungkook as a younger brother, even admitting in several interviews that he often worried about the pressure Jungkook received as BTS's center and main visual. He never thought that behind the bright smile and boundless energy, Jungkook had been carrying such a heavy burden alone. What was even more shocking was Jungkook's statement about a decision he almost made without anyone knowing, that he had written a farewell letter to the members and staff, which he never sent. In that letter, Jungkook expressed his gratitude, but also the pain he had been keeping. He felt that the public didn't see his true self, but rather a version created by expectations. And he almost decided to leave quietly, but the main reason he stayed, and the reason he eventually cried when confessing to Taehyung, was because of one person, Taehyung himself. Jungkook said that every time he felt lost, he always remembered their moments together. Taehyung was the only member who could sense Jungkook's emotional changes even before he said a single word. Taehyung was the anchor when the world felt chaotic. Taehyung, hearing this, could no longer hide his emotions. He cried not out of weakness, but because of the depth of the pain that he never realized was being experienced by his own friend. He felt guilty for assuming Jungkook was fine all this time. He felt he had failed to protect someone he had always silently cared for. In one emotional quote from the internal document that later leaked to the public, Taehyung said, "I always thought I was there for you, but it turns out you were alone all along. I'm sorry. This incident changed everything." ARMY began reanalyzing every moment of taekook interactions over the years. Many realized that the small gestures like silent hugs, meaningful glances, or forced smiles actually held deeper stories than anyone had imagined. Big Hit Entertainment eventually issued an official statement after increasing pressure from the public and media. In the statement, they confirmed that there was indeed an emotional conversation between members recorded during an internal documentation process. However, they emphasized that all members are currently in good physical and mental health and remain focused on their respective projects and ongoing military service. Still, Jungkook's confession opened a new discussion among the public about the mental health of K-pop idols as a whole. Many Korean pop culture analysts raised this issue as a reflection of how heavy the demands placed on young stars are. Jungkook, as a global K-pop generation symbol, became a real example of how an idol can be trapped in deep loneliness, despite being surrounded by millions of fans. What will happen next? Will this change BTS's internal dynamic? Will Jungkook and Taehyung speak openly about this in the future? Is this the beginning of a major shift in idol management systems in Korea? To this day, Jungkook has chosen to remain silent after the internal statement spread. Taehyung has also not given any additional public statements, aside from a brief message on weverse, indicating that he is in emotional healing and encouraging all fans to take care of each other. Sometimes we're too busy making others smile that we forget to notice who is quietly crying. Let's be more aware. Let's love more. He wrote in a post that was liked more than 12 million times. Now the world waits. Will this be the turning point that makes BTS stronger than ever, or a sign that tough times are not yet over? Only time can tell. But one thing is certain. The relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook is now seen as a symbol of love, loyalty, and the courage to speak the truth, even if it hurts. Their story is not just about celebrities. It's a story about humans who feel fear, loneliness, love, and honesty. And when two caring hearts meet in sincere silence, the world listens and feels. Because it wasn't just Taehyung who cried that night. We all cried with him. However, after deeper investigation and verification from various official sources, including big hit music representatives and several documentary staff members who were allegedly witnesses in the said incident, it can be confirmed that the story about Taehyung crying due to Jungkook's confession is not true. The widely spread information on social media, which claimed that Jungkook once intended to leave BTS and had written a farewell letter, is a result of free interpretation of a video clip that was deliberately cut and circulated without complete context. The agency has emphasized that there was never any official or unofficial moment where Jungkook expressed an intention to leave BTS. Likewise, the Taehyung crying moment, said to be caused by Jungkook's emotional statement, was actually a scene from a music practice session filled with exhaustion and emotional pressure ahead of a big concert, not a personal confession as speculated. The video suspected to be the main source of the confusion turned out to be part of an old documentary project that hasn't been released and was illegally edited by irresponsible parties. These fabricated facts were then strengthened by dramatic narratives from content creators on social media for viral effect. Therefore, it can be concluded that the news claiming that Taehyung cried because of Jungkook's deep confession is untrue and misleading. ARMY is urged to remain critical when receiving information and only trust news from official and accountable sources.